all their possessions and bought that field. Or again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant's search for fine pearls. When one pearl of great value was found, the merchant went back and sold everything else and bought it. The good news of Jesus the Christ. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Who would like to go on a hike this morning? Specifically, a hike of the heart, knowing that our trail mates are our loving community members and the Holy One who pulses with love in all creation. Are some of us up for the adventure? Okay. Well, I guarantee everyone will be able to do this hike. No strenuous physical activity required. When going on a hike, there are a few preparation items we need to consider. The first is to decide what trail we want to take. There are unlimited options, but some possibilities are trails of letting go, beauty, freedom, sadness, joy, tension, uncertainty, excitement, yearning. I invite each of us to think just for a moment about what part of our heart we want to explore today. Secondly, we must be willing to bring what we need to walk this trail. I would ask us to bring an open, listening, and inquisitive heart to the spiritual adventure that awaits. Thirdly, let's allow ourselves to be embraced by love, to receive trail hugs as we move through this hike of the heart. This morning, the stories in Scripture and the words of Joan Chittister invite us to listen closely to God's voice. Find it in both likely and unlikely places, and be willing to follow it, whatever the cost. I think it's important to remember that God's voice is in every moment. Simple ones, far-reaching ones, complex issues, and ordinary experiences. I want to share two examples where people were in touch with their inner voice. As we hike through these experiences, I invite you to join your heart with theirs and follow whatever trail your heart takes you toward. The first example is a simple one that occurred a couple weeks ago during our family vacation in Vermont. Our daughter-in-law, Kirsty, recently received her certification as a Pilates instructor and wanted to gift us with a special Pilates session. Our two daughters, who have done triathlons and marathons, told her that Pilates was not their thing, that it was the most painful exercise experience they've endured. But they were willing to support her and agreed to a 20 to 30-minute session. I had never done Pilates and wanted to try it, but after hearing these exchanges, figured maybe I'd last about 2.5 minutes. Well, Kirsty, the consummate teacher, was excellent. She listened closely to the needs of the attendees, creating a session that focused on stretching and core development. To help you get a mental image of our session, we were all lying down on the living room floor with the furniture pushed out of the way, listening to Coach Kirsty's instructions from the sofa. 3 of our grands, Mikey and Tenley, who are 4.5, and Connor, who is 2.5, also joined us, adding levity as Connor was climbing all over me for about half the session. It was a delightful experience, a relaxing and fun time to get in touch with our bodies and enjoy being together. Kirsty followed her heart's desire, the voice of God, in pursuing her instructor certification, and drew from her inner wisdom in creating a meaningful session for us. She put it all out there, and we were the happy recipients of her risk-taking. I'm so happy that I walked this Pilates path of uncertainty and count this playful time as one of the many highlights of the week. Our God of laughter and surprise was surely enfleshed in this simple experience. The second example is a story about Raja Veda, a 1992 graduate of Springfield High School in Springfield, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, who was recently inducted into the Springfield High School Achievers Hall of Fame. He's a man of multiple and incredible talents who has followed his heart in pursuit of his goals. Raja, who's in his early 50s, is a scientist, executive coach, and visionary international keynote speaker, as well as a lifelong martial artist, opera singer, and author. I would like to share with you what I found most touching during his acceptance speech. Raja has lived with a lifelong stutter, and over the years has transformed his disability into, in his words, a hidden superpower. But it wasn't always that way. When he was a young adult, he was an Olympic qualifier in martial arts. He said he turned down this opportunity, not because he wasn't willing to put in the effort to train, or because he wasn't good enough to compete, but because he would have to give interviews as an Olympic athlete. He was fearful his stuttering would be embarrassing and prevent him from expressing his thoughts well. Now, he is a recognized authority in invisible disabilities, reframing them as hidden superpowers. He gives presentations and has created training programs that help organizational leaders to find hidden talent and build teams that are valued. Raja's hike of the heart took him to a place deep within. He searched within himself and came to a profound self-understanding. In his words, "I deserve to be accepted as I am. I am not broken, but a gift." In coming to that realization, he generously shared his great giftedness with the world. His message to us was this: be your authentic self, and if necessary, move to a new location to do so. Be who you are and be proud of who you are. Raja Veda explored the depths of his soul, accepted himself lovingly for who he is, and found within himself, as the gospel says, pearls of great price that transformed his life. His hike of the heart propelled him to inner freedom, and through his life, he offers us that same gift. As we near the end of this trail hike, I invite you to close your eyes or gaze softly in front of you. Ponder how your heart feels in this moment. What trail are you walking in your heart? Is it a simple one of laughter and surprise? A complex one of self-understanding? A heart-wrenching one of loss? A deeper invitation to inner freedom? A trail of joyful expectation? Sit for a moment and soak in the Holy One's embrace as you listen to your heart. And when you are ready, please open your eyes. This week, I encourage you to continue your hike of the heart. Listen closely for love in its many forms, that pearl of great price waiting to be discovered. Happy trails.